he says, in terms of fuel, Greens and tax on fuel. John, hello.
Hi, Shaun, how are you? I was sitting there, and honest to God, I was so angry with this guy that I just felt I had to ring in. This guy is absolutely... Where is he coming from? The Green Party over the past 4 years have brought in a carbon tax, which has absolutely crucified this country at a time where there is no money in this country. Look at the price of the fuels at the pumps today. Look at the price of the fuel for heating homes.
Unbelievable.
Absolutely. I never, in this day and age, have I ever seen prices like them.
Never worse.
And the Green Party are responsible. Now, this is a minority party who had the chance to do something when they're in there. Why would we vote them in again? Because they've had their chance. Get off the plot. They've lost the plot. Get off the soapbox and fall into a hole somewhere, because the Green Party are a joke. Now, I'm not affiliated to any party. I just can't believe that this guy has the gall to come on and give out about a couple of posters just because they haven't the money to do it themselves. It's a disgrace.
Okay.
Thank you. Could I just come across back there at that, Shaun?
Yeah.
I didn't really come on particularly to talk about the posters, because there are far more important issues.
Well, you did, actually, because that's what we asked you to come on
Well,
about.
you come on, okay, but it's gone on from there. The Green Party aren't responsible for the price of petrol in the petrol stations. The price of the petrol is set by the global oil.
Well, hang on a minute. It's tax. Most of it is tax. Most of the money that we pay, come off it. Most of the money we pay for fuel at the pump, most of it goes to the government.
Yeah. A lot of it does go to
most
the government.
of it, nearly all of it.
A lot of it does go. The Green Party stand for a sustainable society, Shaun. And just let's think of what's sustainability.
Hold on. Can Ireland at this moment in time afford what you're talking about?
We can't afford not to. We can't afford not to. And let me explain, please, what I mean by that.
Go ahead.
Okay. If you look at the bigger picture here, the world population is increasing. Okay? The demand for oil is increasing. Okay? The supply is decreasing. The Green Party or no other party have any control over that. Oil prices are going to increase.
Okay,
we import 75% of our energy from oil. And if we don't get away from our dependency, on oil, in a few years' time, we are going to be in a crisis situation. The Green Party, just let me finish this point, please. The Green Party are trying to change the mindset that it has to be a sustainable society. We can't keep dependent on oil because...
What about our oil and our fuel? What about our gas that we sold down the river to foreign companies? What about the oil fields that we're not allowed to dig into, that we have off the coast of Donegal, we're not allowed to tap into? The Green Party were in power. They had the chance to do something about it.
The Green Party was in power. Let me come back on that there. Thank you for the opportunity. That was sold. Our major oil fields were sold by corrupt politicians. Ray Burke was in power when he sold them oil fields for nothing. And I would suggest anybody watch TG4 tonight to see what level of this corruption goes on.
But, John, you had your chance. You were in government. You weren't able to do anything about that.
We weren't able to do anything because the deal was done by Fianna Fáil going back a number of years before the Green Party got into power.
I'm not, as I said when I started, I'm not affiliated with any political party, but what I will say is this. The Green Party are a minority. When they're in government, they were a minority. So why would anybody want to vote them? When they are in power, they can do nothing. So why should we vote them in again?
I'll tell you why we should vote the Green Party, okay? Number one, they're the only party who have got a sustainable plan for a new economy, okay? They can...
Hang on, let him finish, go on.
They have a plan for 80,000 new jobs over the next 10 years in the green energy sector. Now, let me get a couple of things straight here. In Donegal, particularly even over all Ireland, we've got the best potential for renewable energy in all of Europe. We've got tidal energy on our shores, we've got wave energy, we've got wind energy, and it's not been tapped into.
Well, you tell me now then, you've been in power now for a few years. What have you done as Greens to make sure that begins? That plan that you talked about, you were in power to do it. You were in a position, not from opposition saying you could do something. You had the opportunity to do something. What did you do?
When you're in government, Shaun, as a minority party, with a political party like Fianna Fáil.
And when are you going to...
You can't make up the rules yourself. You have to compromise on certain things.
So when did you intend to be the majority party?
Well, let me put it like this here. The Green Party was decimated in Germany a few years back. They almost went out of existence. Now they're the second biggest party in Germany, which is the biggest economy in Europe.
Right, well, here's...
Now, they have seen, to get the picture, that the only way forward for any economy is to make it sustainable.
Well, here's another John on the line, agreeing with our other John. We're all Johns. We're getting very confusing here now. This is about the green tax again on fuel. Hello, John.
Hello, how are you, Sean?
You're a lorry driver.
I drive an oil lorry, Sean.
And an oil lorry of all things, right. Okay, go ahead.
Well, I just want to make a point to that, the scale about the green tax is not that bad. It's 4.7 cents a litre, which is working out at 47 euros in 1,000 litres to the common man in the fleet. But the oil business hasn't got a chance. They can't cut that 47 euros off.
And that's the Greens' fault.
That's the carbon tax, Sean. So that's what it is.
Let me just come back at that there. Nobody likes taxes, Sean. Everybody, would be fair if we lived in a society where there's no taxes. But, you have to have taxes to sustain society. If you look at the universal social charge, which is, it's taken out...
So hang on, what do you say? Don't go on to another charge. Deal with this man's question here. He's making the same point as the other John. The 4.7 cent a litre carbon tax he talks about adds up to, on 1,000 litres, how much did you say, John?
47 euro.
47 euro. Well, of course it does. 1,000. 47 euro. And, at a time when people in Ireland haven't enough to scratch themselves, the Green Party brings this in.
Yes, unfortunately, nobody likes taxes.
We're turning into a third world country over the head of this, and the Green Party are just standing back and giving us a load of waffle over it. You know something, really and truly, carbon taxes at a time when people can't even afford to put shoes on their feet and clothes on their back is just a joke.
Well, I would still defend the point,
All right, well, let me ask you then finally, because this is, to be fair to the Green Party representative we have on, who's taken all of the ammunition today, John, the two Johns, does it matter to you whether politicians put posters up or not, or would you prefer they didn't put them up?
Couldn't care less, Sean.
The other John?
Neither could I, Sean.
Huh?
I couldn't care less neither.
All right, they couldn't care less, so whether you put them up or you don't put them up. All right.
Thanks, lad.
Yes, go ahead.
Could you ask your viewers if they want to log in and get a true picture of our policy? I've only got a couple of minutes there, and I appreciate it. You can log on to me on Facebook on johnduffy2011.com, and I'm prepared to answer any questions at length.
Okay, but don't forget you've had a few years to tell us what your policies are. You didn't just have 3 minutes on this show, or even...
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
All right, thanks, John, for joining us, and thank you, John, and thank you, John. 3 Johns. Thanks very much indeed.